What's up, everybody? Welcome to Friday. It is December 6th, the 6th day of my 31-day challenge to try to help you on your launch of your photography business and how to be successful. I know we've covered a lot of different topics, not in depth. Like I said, we're going to just touch base. This is just for the people that want to grow. If you've been doing this for 20, 30 years and there's something that you could take from these videos, awesome. If not, I'm always learning from them. So today, I want to talk about something that is close to me. It's making mistakes and how to overcome them. I'm just going to speak open. I don't have anything planned out. I don't have anything preset. I have a couple of little quotes that have stayed with me. But like I said, I want to touch on not being drowned by your mistakes. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. I've made tons of them in my life. I made so many mistakes, whether it be professionally, financially, or personally. I made mistakes in the business world. I made mistakes with my friends. I made mistakes with myself, my family, my kids, my wife. I made a lot of mistakes, and I make them daily. The difference with me is that I've learned how to overcome my mistakes. I've learned how to accept my mistakes. And that took a long time. It took a long time of building myself and accepting responsibility for my mistakes, taking constructive criticism and working off of that. In my personal life, saying sorry is really hard. Apologizing to somebody takes a lot of grit. It takes a lot of personal growth to admit to something that you've done wrong to somebody. And once you achieve that, I found that it's easier to say you're sorry to somebody. Once you do that once, and then you continue to apologize for things that you do, you're growing. You're continually growing, and it becomes more of a habit where you can just freely say, hey, you know what? I did you wrong. I apologize for that. I didn't mean that. But one thing that we don't focus on when we're focusing on trying to apologize to people is how to forgive ourselves, how to overcome these stumbling blocks that we face on a daily basis, how to be stronger, how to survive when we make a mistake. In the business world, like I said, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. I made them. And that's okay. We're not defined by our mistakes. Yeah, it's going to sting. Yeah, it's going to hurt. And it's going to stay with you. It's going to be in your head all day. When you make a mistake, you're like, and it's just in there. And then you feed it all day long and this and that. And it just becomes this huge ball. And you're just like depressed all of a sudden. If you go to the gym, you're like, I'm not going to go to the gym today. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. Then your performance is impacted. And I'm speaking about me, how I was. And it's very true. I have to just be open and honest with people. When I made a mistake, when we first started, I took that stuff to heart. And it stopped a lot of other stuff. It put stuff on delay. It stopped me growing because I couldn't let this stuff go. But we're not defined by our mistakes. We're defined by our character. We're defined on how we deal with this stuff. And that's what I want to try to give you some tips on how to overcome when you're making mistakes. Learn how to accept mistakes and not see them as stumbling blocks, but a path for growth. When I made mistakes, oh my God. I just wanted to just crawl into bed and stay in bed, and you just get depressed. But then I started learning how to deal with them. I started learning, hey, you know what? Life is much better than this stuff. We're faced with so many different things. You own your own business. You have your family. You have, if you make food for your kids or you pay the bills, you work another job, or you're doing this professionally, full-time, or whatever the case is. We're faced with a lot of stuff. I have found that the best way for me to face things is to confront them and to give them where they need to go. Give my mistakes up. I'm not here to preach to you. I'm not here to tell you got to believe in this and believe in that. I can only share what worked for me. When I took my mistakes and I gave it up, I hit my knees, and sometimes I didn't go to my knees. Sometimes I just say things out loud or in my head. I'm like, hey, bro, you know what? Where are you? I need you with me today. I need you here. I need you to lift me up. And that's how I talk to him. I know some other people speak more eloquently. It doesn't work for me. I'm like, hey, bro, help me get through this. Help me get through what I'm facing. And it's made an impact. It allows me to get that stuff out of there. Another thing I do, and I try to emphasize on that, not just have something that you believe in, whatever faith you follow, but fill the space between these two ears. Mine kind of a little big. I'm trying to stay focused on this little light, so bear with me. Fill your mind with positivity. Step away from the negative. Step away from any kind of criticisms that's not there to build you up. Step away from your own self-criticism. Fill your ears with people that speak positivity. I listen to Les Brown. I listen to Eddie Pinero. I listen to so much positive stuff from the moment I get up. Because we're faced with so much negative stuff out there. We're confronted on the daily. That is always going to be in surplus. Negativity will always be out there. Positivity is hard to find. But once you find it, it's a beautiful thing. It helps you overcome things. It helps you not live in your head so much. When you put things into perspective and change, hey, you know what? I smashed my car today. Shit, you didn't go through the window. You didn't die. Well, I burned my finger. Well, I mean, you didn't catch on fire 100%. You're not having these grafts done. Or I broke a finger. Well, you didn't lop off your own hand. There's so many things that you can look at. We are not products of where we come from. We're not victims of our circumstances. I wanted to say that. A lot of people, they grew up with a silver spoon. I'm not knocking it. Some of us grew up and we didn't have everything. I found the most strongest, the most successful people come from nothing because they want everything and they focus and they go get everything. So don't let your circumstances define who you are. It's how you come out of everything. It's where you come from. If you come from the streets, if you grew up in the barrio, wherever you grew up in, that doesn't define who you are. What defines you is where you go in life. And I hope this inspires you. I hope this helps you overcome mistakes. The second part of this is do things with an intention and not perfection. A lot of times we criticize our own work. We criticize what we're doing. We don't want to do something because it's not perfect. Nothing is going to be perfect. If you're perfect, then well, fantastic. You shouldn't be watching this anyways. You don't need to hear me. But I'm in that group where nothing's perfect. And it never will be. You can cook something to a T and something will be off. You can make something and something will be off. You can take a photo and something's going to be off. Something that you don't like is going to not be right. But that doesn't mean that you give up on that. A lot of times we hold things back because it's not perfect. And I don't want you to do that. I don't do that. And, I get some criticism. I get some people like, hey, what the hell? You released that and you didn't do this. You didn't do that. You didn't do this. It's all right. You don't understand my intention. You're looking for perfection. That's not what you're going to find with me. I'm going to put things off because I don't want to put it on a shelf. What I've seen is people will have ideas like we discussed yesterday, and they'll hold it. They'll hold it and think, I'm going to release it because of this. I'm going to get ready for this and do that and do this, and I'm going to release it. And it eventually doesn't even get released. Someone beats you to the punchline. Someone invents what you wanted to invent, or puts out something that you had thought of beforehand. But because you delayed in releasing that, because you thought it wasn't perfect, someone else did it. Churchill said, perfection is the enemy of progress. I wrote these down so I can get them right. I know I've been stumbling on some of this other stuff, so I wrote this. Another one is Mark Twain. He said, continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection. That is powerful. Better than delayed perfection. If you wait and wait and wait and wait for something to be perfect, most of the time we're not going to release that stuff. We're going to put it on a shelf and it's going to get dusty and you're just going to give up on it. I'm trying not to be that way anymore. If I do something and I think it's good for me, my focus is just to get it out there. If someone likes it, great. If someone puts a little heart on it, great. If someone doesn't like it, okay, well, whatever. That's the same thing with this show. I'm not looking for perfection or this channel. Yeah, I can have all the bells and whistles and all the lighting and stuff like that. But like I said yesterday, you can't polish a turd. If I don't go out here and make an attempt to get better daily, I'm never going to release this stuff. I'm going to wait and be like, I have to have the nice mic. I have to have the right lighting. I have to do this and I have to do that. And it doesn't happen. I'd rather release these things and learn and grow and get better. Yesterday, I released a video in this same format. I was looking at the wrong side of the phone, so I put a piece of tape. I could have went back and said, you know what, that's not good. I'm not going to release that because I was totally looking over there. But I didn't. I released it anyways. And it was obvious I was looking at the wrong side. The audio was a little off, but that's not what I'm looking to do. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking to reach people and build myself, at the same time inspire people, and use this as a guideline on what I need to focus on in 2025. Do things with intention and not perfection. Constructive criticism is great, but remember where the source is coming from. If they have your true development, the best intentions for you, that's the criticism that you can accept. One last thing is, a tip that I've gotten better at over the last 10 years is take their power from them. When someone wants to insult you or anything like that, or they're coming at you and they're looking for a reaction, take their power. The best way to take their power is for you to laugh with them. In your mind, yeah, you can be like, you know what, you can size this person up. And I know when I look at somebody and I size them up, what I can do and what I can't do. So I try to envision that in my head. I envision, it's cracking their skulls wide open or whatever the case is. And then I walk away. I'm like, you know what, this guy has got nothing. Or I may look at somebody and be like, oh my God, I'll get him with jokes because he's too damn big. You got to be honest with yourself. But I do that in my head. I look at where it's coming from. And I take that power from them. In the Hispanic community, men are viewed as machismo, the man of the house, this and that, the head of everything. Everything goes to the man. I'm raising 4 girls. So I had to realize, hey, I got to make a change. What I show my daughters is what they're going to look for in a man. It doesn't mean I'm less of a man. So I help doing dishes, cleaning. If something has to be done, I join in. I don't just sit back and wait, hey, where's my plate? Put my plate. I need my tortilla. I need this and that, this and that. No, I join in. Because I want to set an example. Well, like I said, some of my friends, they're deeply rooted with firstborn generation or, traditions from Mexico. They didn't appreciate that. And they would make fun of me. So I started making fun of myself before. We'd be at parties and even family members this came from. They're like, hey, tú eres un mandilón. And it would bother me at first. But then I learned how to deal with that. I'm like, hey, I want to take their power. Right when I'm getting ready to leave, I'm like, I got to go home. I can't get drunk with you guys tonight. I can't stay till 5, 6 in the morning outside with a fire and drinking beer and slopping all over myself. I would tell them, hey, simple. I got to go home and I got to wash the dishes. Oh my God, that infuriated them. They would start laughing. But what I did is, as I got up, I took that power. I laughed at myself before they could laugh at me. And I do that with my critics now. They'll say something stupid. I'm like, this and that. But I take that power. I don't let them get that from me. And that's what you need to do too. It's okay to accept criticism. It's okay to make mistakes. In this, I know we're getting ready for the ones that are launched in January. When January comes, or whatever date you want to launch your business, launch it. It does not have to be perfect. Don't give up on your dreams. Keep focusing, keep building, keep doing things that people are not going to understand. I'm doing that a lot now. A lot of people don't understand what I'm doing. In the photography world, they don't understand the concept. They don't understand the intention. They see what I'm doing and then they, criticize or whatever the case is, but they don't know what I'm trying to grow here. They don't know what I'm trying to do, and they don't know what's coming for them in 2025. And that makes me smile. Keep them curious. Keep them questioning what you're doing. But have your peace first. Make sure you are happy and content with what you're doing in life. And don't let mistakes stop you. Don't let perfection stop you. Don't allow things to stop your continuous improvement. Focus on the other stuff on the other videos with the other people teaching you how to be a photographer. Come in, join on this. If this video was for you and it helped you today, awesome. Drop me a comment. Let me know how it helped you or whatever. I'm building a community over on our YouTube. I slapped this on Instagram and TikTok. A lot of it gets cut off because it exceeds their time limit. But hopefully, if you see this, go over to YouTube and catch the whole full message. I don't know if you will because this is the back end of the video, but I'm gonna go back to my desk after I turn this cell phone off and just start putting my tail end and all my little things on it and launch. If it's not perfect, okay. At least I kept my commitment. At least I kept my progress, my promise to myself to get better. And that's what I'm looking forward to do. So I shared a lot today. And I hope it helps you in your progress as a photographer or any kind of business that you got. If you like what you see here, hit the like. It don't cost you a thing. If I see something I like, I'm going to hit the like button. If I see something I like or someone says something, I'm going to share it. I'm going to subscribe. If you're on here just to see what I'm doing, hey, I'm here. I'll be here tomorrow. Progress, not perfection. Keep that in your head. Mistakes are not the end of the world. They're not stumbling blocks. They're foundations to build a better you. So I hope that helps you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I got a busy weekend. I got a wedding to do tomorrow. I got a whole bunch of stuff to do tonight. We have clients coming in. And remember, wherever you post your stuff, whatever you're doing, it's not going to be for the entire audience. Sometimes it's just for you, like it is for me. So hope it helps. And we'll see you tomorrow. Deuces.